So hello everyone, I'm Amar Toplic from Bosnia and Herzegovina, but currently living and working and studying in Slovenia, in Ljubljana. I'm a youth worker and a social work student at the University of Ljubljana. And I'm 23 years old, and that's it.
Okay, what is your opinion about the European Union?
Yeah, so when we broadly or generally talk about the European Union, I think that the European Union is like one of the best things that could happen to this part of the world, that we have something united and that we do something together, because even the main idea of Europe was to maintain peace and just the economic growth and stability. And even Europe did a lot to me. Because I did 2 Erasmus exchanges, I even did traineeships with the Erasmus program, and yeah, at the end I decided even to move to Ljubljana, which is like in Slovenia, which is a European country. So yeah, this is like basically my new home.
What good and bad things have been the result of the European Union?
That's a really hard and tricky question, So one of the European Union biggest problems for me is that sometimes I don't understand everything. When I say everything, it's more about the legislation and how things work. I think that the bureaucracy that European Union has, it's like sometimes too big for a normal citizen to just understand, And then again, we have the national legislation, which is again sometimes, I don't know, it's just too much, So sometimes we get lost in all of that, and especially for someone who came from a third world country to Europe, and to want to study and live here and maybe work and probably stay. For me, it's just, a mess when I have to do something with my papers, which are not European, So yeah, but I think that the biggest advantage of being a European is the free movement, that you can leave your country and go to another country and start work there without any permits or something. That in the most countries in Europe you can study for free, just because you're a European citizen or something. And again, I'm a youth worker, and again, a youngster myself, because I'm just 23 years old. And I think that the Erasmus program and all these Erasmus grants are the best things that Europe can offer, because many countries and many, unions don't even offer that. That's it.
What role should Europe have in world conflicts and international relations?
I think that Europe has many experience with war, unfortunately, that Europe's past was always something connected with that. But I think that Europe has a good way of managing it, and that Europe should have the position of being the mediator between the two, countries in war, and that we just have the role of being the ones who would lead to peace, that we have not that we have an army going there or something, but that we arrange peace on a civil way, That's my thinking, that we should not intervene with armies or something. So that we just really need to talk with the people and with the countries to just make peace in those situations. For me, even when we talk about Europe, I would the goal of Europe should be that it's a neutral part of the war, that there is no armies, weapons or something, and when there is no need for having an army to defend yourself, that's I think the ultimate goal which Europe has to have. No, I think really that for me, I'm a person which really thinks that army should not even be in any country, not even for Europe as a union. Police, yes, but army, if we want really to achieve peace in our world, we have to really say, okay, no weapons, no armies, no nothing. Police is okay, and there should be also border control or something, just to have the eyes on what is happening around Europe, to make some prevention work about human trafficking, drugs and such. But an army is for me a complete no-go, because even me, I'm coming from a country which was before 25 years ago, it was in war, and I know what armies can do, and that are not really nice things. So I'm really against it. So I don't support the idea of having an army on the European level, not even having an army in any state. So I think that when we once achieve what Switzerland achieved, that is, it's neutral. They have small armies, and that army is mostly there to help their citizens in the need, emergencies, earthquakes, lavinas or something.
Okay, what language should all students in Europe learn?
Hmm. I think that's there's like not one language that we should learn because Europe is about that. It's about diversity. It's united in diversity, you know. So I think that everybody should like learn their own language, you know. But even now, like English is one of the world languages which everybody speaks, you know, and more or less when you travel, you will like hear that language. But we don't need to push it anywhere. Like let just people be authentic, you know, and speak their own language. Even me now, I'm living in Slovenia and I had to learn Slovene, and I enjoyed learning it. So it's like because through the language you get the feel of the culture because language is a big part of it, and like having a unified language in Europe would just make it worse. You know, I think like we will lose that treasure we have. You know, but when we speak about institutions in Europe, you know, we already use like many languages. Almost every official language you can like I don't know contact the European Commission even in Slovene or Croatian or German and they will answer to you because it's one of the official languages of the European Union just because your state is the member state. And I think that's a really good idea that Europe is promoting. So and I like it. The way it's now, I like it really. And like having English and French as one of the two main languages in the international community is also really good. So yeah.
Okay, then thank you for the interview.
Thank you for coming.
Ready? Hello, I am Božidar Talić. I come from Banja Luka, Bosnia and Herzegovina. I am 22 years old and I'm currently studying at Ljubljana.
Okay, and what is your impression about the European Union?
Well, it's cool to be here, to be the best. It's really cool to be here. The thing which I really like is that it's the policy of free movement. So I have this now, and when I have this, everything is perfect. I can travel inside of EU wherever I want, unlimited, and that's the best thing I would say. Then I would say the most beautiful thing too is to have when you get to work in some other country in EU, you can just change the place like this and go to work over there. It's not complicated. Bureaucracy is not that much complicated like it would be if you come from Bosnia to some EU country. And what I can see in Ljubljana during my studies here, it's great. Erasmus Plus programs for exchange. I would say it's really good and really beautiful idea because you get to know other cultures, other languages, all. It's literally really when it comes to young people, it's for me the most beautiful thing for what Europe has. It's that cultural exchange and cultural differences, and yeah, I would say that's really cool.
Okay, would you prefer a national pass or a European pass?
Well, actually, if you ask me, my national pass is Bosnian-Herzegovinian pass, and I think I don't even need to answer on this question, you know, because European pass is like, it's much more worth because of much more possibilities. And if I would have a European passport here, I could easily apply for a dormitory for dorms, and like this I can't, so I need to have private accommodation, which is more expensive for me, which is harder. And yes, definitely European passport, definitely.
Do you feel now closer to the European Union than when you lived in Bosnia?
Well, closer, yes, but on this or that way, we were always really close to European Union because from my city to border of European Union, it's like 50 kilometers. Still that small, but that far away. Yeah. So yes, I would say that it's. I feel here it's really close. Yeah, here it's really close, and it's really cool that I'm inside of EU, basically. Yes.
Okay, then thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
My name is Tine Šimenc. I'm 18 years old. I come from Slovenia, Ljubljana, the capital city, and that's it.
Okay, what are your impressions about the European Union in general?
European Union does a good job by creating like a single market economy, and also by having no customs on borders. But it's a bit challenging to deal with all the bureaucracy.
Okay, should there be a European army?
I believe there should not be any army.
That's true. Okay, anything that you would say can Europe do better, or the European Union?
Can?
Yeah, what they can do better than they do now.
Oh, they should organize all the like the parliament better, like just the movement from I think Brussels to Strasbourg or Luxembourg to Strasbourg is like just nonsense, and they spend too much money on bureaucracy, and that's it.
Okay, do you think Europe can be influenced by the people?
Well, since a lot of people I think in the European Commission aren't voted by. I think they aren't voted, or in another organ of the Union they aren't voted there. So yes and no.
Okay, do you have any questions about the European Union?
Well, actually, I didn't think about working abroad yet, and I'm not going to do that in the future, I think, at least for now, so probably not.
Okay, then thank you for your interview and for your time, and
no problem.
My name is Jan Hočevar. I was born and have lived all my life here in Ljubljana, in Slovenia. I am 24 years old. Anything else?
no, that's it. Okay, would you rather pay national or European taxes?
Honestly, I'd rather pay no taxes, but if I had to choose, right now I would rather pay national tax, just because the European Union is not what I would not support it with my own money right now in its current form.
Do you think anything that goes on in the European Union, what they can do better?
Sorry.
What can the European Union do better?
Firstly, I would say stop being so tyrannical, air quotes, but the current policies, it seems like the people who are making the policies of the European Union right now seem so distant and so detached from the common man, like the everyday people, that I think they need to get a better understanding of the situation in the individual countries across which they operate.
Would you like to have another country in the European Union?
Yes, I would, but not in the way that it currently is.
Any country you can tell me now? Or?
I mean, just in general, like the idea of the European Union is it's a good idea. It's just in practice, it's not quite there yet.
Okay. Should there be a European army?
At the moment, no.
Any reasons why?
I think it's mostly because there's so much tension between the individual nations that the European army could very easily be exploited to a more authoritarian system. Like, we are not quite there yet, in my opinion.
Okay, can you name three things that your country integrated from a neighbor EU country?
Well, I would have to say the German economy. the three things that have been. Yeah, I don't really know. It's mostly just there's a lack. At least to me, it seems like there's a lack of this direct cultural exchange within the European Union itself, and it's hard to see like physical, like proper results that come from the European Union. I understand that they're working sort of in the background, that they're just maintaining infrastructure, but I think it's not helping to show just how much the European Union does for Europe, while simultaneously the things that they do make more public are not exactly what the Europeans of all nations want.
Yeah. What does a good citizen do?
Agree when the government is right and protest when it's wrong.
Yeah. Okay, then thank you for the interview.
No problem.
Hi, I'm Aurélie, I'm from France and I'm 20 years old. I'm in Slovenia to work. That's it.
Okay, what comes to your mind when you think about the European Union?
Actually, I have really a little idea of what it is, really, because we talk about European countries that belong to this European thing, but we don't really have any concrete stuff that happens for it. So I'm like, okay, this is country that belongs to one big thing that is Europe, and we can travel easily thanks to the passport and this. But otherwise, I have like not a lot of clue about what's happening about this.
Then maybe you have a question about the European Union?
Well, not exactly. Just tell me what are you doing up there? And
yeah, for example, it's a question for the European Union.
I mean, for me, I don't go for answers about this, but I have no idea that comes to. I mean, I have no answer, no proposition that comes to, like in the infos or whatever. I'm not. That's it.
Okay, would you prefer a European or a national passport?
European would be so much greater, like wow, because all this paper administration stuff is like it doesn't help you going like easily everywhere. It's mostly closed the doors, so it's like I mean, I don't really know. I don't use a lot my passport, but European would be, I think, nice. Yeah.
Okay. Should there be a European army?
Wow. Every kind of army. I'm not really a big fan of it, so this would be a bit weird. I mean, against who?
Yeah.
And that's. I mean, I would be like what.
For example, imagine a war between the United States and Europe. Would you then like prefer having a
like if there is already a European that all the countries
for example.
Yeah. I mean, why not? But first, to deal with one army for one country is so hard that to deal with all the countries of Europe, it would be like wow, good luck. I have not really a lot. I don't have opinion about this a lot.
Okay, then thank you for the interview and your time. Hope you enjoyed it.
I'm Maria. I am a 26-year-old student from Rehovica, which is southeastern part of Slovenia. But currently I live in Ljubljana, where I study medicine. I'm finishing my studies right now.
Yeah, okay. Would you rather pay a national or European tax?
National.
Any reason why?
I think there is more chances that money stays, gets back to our people.
Okay, should there be a European army?
Yes, because Slovenia is so small, our army is really, like everybody could defeat us.
Okay, do you have a problem when people from other countries work in your country?
No, absolutely not. In Slovenia, a lot of foreign workers we have, especially in, for example, in medicine, there are a lot of foreign workers, especially from Serbian. We have a lot of Serbian. So as long as they are willing to learn Slovenian, and as long as their knowledge is as good as ours, then why not? Also Slovenia doesn't have enough doctors, so yeah.
Okay, what does a good citizen do?
A good citizen, he he's responsible. He thinks about the future, like not just living for today, but he knows that what he do today, it will influence his kids and grandkids, and yeah.
Okay, and name 3 things from your country integrated from a neighbor EU country.
Burek.
What is that, actually?
Burek.
Like falafel or something.
Okay.
It's
So-
a Bosnian dish you can buy on the streets. It's like strudel, apple strudel,
Yeah.
but it's salty and it has cheese inside.
It's actually Turkish, but it's came, yeah.
Okay, what is your nation associated with? Are you proud of it, and is Europe proud of it?
Our nation is I think we are hard workers. I think because we are in the middle between north and south, we have like some of both, which is good because we are working and like responsible, but also we also want to relax at the same time. We also we like to, I don't know, we like nature. I think we are very connected with nature, and our culture is we have, I don't know, a lot of, we go in the mountains for the weekend and do stuff like this. We have good food.
Okay, then thank you for the interview. Okay, why should the farmers in nations receive money or funding from the European Parliament?
Because what they work is the most important. Like they take care of the basic needs. They produce food, and I think it is very important to support the culture of growing your own food, which is in Slovenia very common. Like everybody has, I mean, not everybody, but so many people have their gardens and little farms, and it is so healthy, so much healthier, and yeah, it's good for, like, I don't know, whole culture, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's very important to support local farmers, so that there is not just big farms, but also like a lot of small ones.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Viviana. I'm from Ljubljana, Slovenia. I'm finishing my law degree and I am 30 years old. Yeah, that's about me.
Okay, would you rather pay a national or a European tax?
European tax, because I think Europe is better at collecting and providing tax evasion and also corruption.
Okay. Do you have a problem when people from other countries work in your country?
No, I don't have, because first of all we need people, and second of all um, I think we should care about our people, like to give them jobs. But if somebody is better or the same, like I have no problem that he gets the job. Like it's not important from where you are, you know.
Yeah. Okay, what percent of Europe should be refugees, and how many should Europe take in?
I think Europe should stop supporting shit that provides refugees, and we can take them in, but for a while, so we can then help them fix the problem. But it's not about percentage. We cannot be a percentage of human. You can be humane or not be humane, but it's not the other way, you know.
Yeah. Would you say we would have a refugee problem in Europe now, or?
I think we have a problem because we are not listening to everybody. Like if somebody, I think we shouldn't hate people who are against refugees. We should listen to them. And we have a problem if we don't listen to them and have hate to these people. We are the same, assholes as we if we don't take refugees in.
Okay, can Europe be influenced by people?
Yes, you can be influenced by anybody who can influence people who make the decisions, you know. So mass media, politicians, and we also know that corruption in the EU Parliament is not a rare thing.
So you would say we have corruption in the European Parliament?
Yes, it was. There were a few cases where we did the causally. Where we did prove that there were.
Okay, then thank you for the interview.
Okay, can we start? Yes. Okay, my name is Volodymyr. I'm coming from Ukraine. I'm 20 years old, almost 21. I study in Slovenia, Ljubljana, and that's it.
Okay, what are your impressions of the European Union?
It's a very interesting question. You know why? Basically, I will try to explain you what are my thoughts about this. First of all, I really much enjoy to being part of European Union, not like a country, but like an individual, because I feel like part of some big family, because European Union unites different people are united under one, goal or one reason of existence or one government, whatever. And I really believe that European Union makes these countries much better off than they would be alone. Because imagine a country like Slovenia, a tiny country somewhere in the middle of Europe, to compete with countries like China, America, USA, etc. And together, I'm pretty sure that it's, they are much stronger and whatever.
Okay. Would you like another country to join the European Union?
Yes.
Which one and why?
Of course, Ukraine. Very, very straightforward answer. I don't know. I would really like my country to be part of this, to be part of this family, to be part of prosperity, and to have a chances for better future, for my kids to live better than I live right now, and yeah.
How would you find the idea of having a European army?
Depends what's the goal. If you want to intervene conflicts inside of some other countries, I'm not sure is it a good idea. But if it is something like, civil army which is supposed to protect from floods, from whatever happens in the country, okay, maybe some riots also, but in this case I would be for it, but not for the intervening other one.
Okay, is it easy for you to connect to a European country because you are not from the European Union?
I would say right now it's much easier for me because last year I spent in Germany, and I get to know how the European Union functions, how the people live there, etc. And right now I changed to the second country, the Slovenia, and I'm pretty sure that it won't be like if I would have to change my place of staying one more time, what I would really like to do, like, I don't know, Switzerland, France, I would be happy to do so.
Okay, then thank you for the interview.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.